today is the first episode of a series that will not continue, so do not have expectations, please. But we're gonna read some spooky stories today. And it's gonna be fun. Probably gonna fall on the floor crying at some point because I'm gonna get really scared because I'm literally 5.
My name is Jez.
This is Just Tried. We're good buddy-o pals. And we're gonna read scary stories today, so
Let's begin.
The Little Girl Who Wasn't from Lady Sparrow.
On Jezebel.com. Okay.
Yes.
So, I lived in a house from hell for 4 years, from age 11 to almost 16. There was constantly something happening. Doors flying open and shut, voices, footsteps. Nothing ever stayed where you put it. I was alone there a lot because both my parents worked, and I was constantly terrified. One of the most gut-level disturbing things, though, was the little girl in my bathroom. Every time I walked past my bathroom door, which was constantly since it was right outside my bedroom, I saw a little girl with blonde, curled hair and a rose-colored dress. She just stood there, staring, looking like a photograph from 1905. I started keeping the door closed so I could walk by without seeing her, but she was always there when I opened it. Once I stepped in past her, I couldn't see her anymore, but I could feel her there. She scared me, but I felt really sorry for her because she was trapped there, just like me, but probably forever. As the years went by and things in the house continued to get worse, she started seeming darker. I started feeling like she wasn't really a little girl. I knew there was something ugly in the house, and I felt like it was presenting this sympathetic image to me. Then I started thinking I was completely losing my mind. One day, when I was 14, I had a friend from out of town come stay with me for a week. I hadn't told her anything whatsoever about the house because I didn't think she would come if I did. Right after she got there, we were sitting in my room and she left to go to the bathroom. About a minute later, she walked back in with a puzzled look on her face and said, "So there's a little girl in your bathroom." Yeah, she hangs out in there. Blonde hair, curls, pink dress, yeah. You know that's not really a little girl, don't you? I almost threw up. I was so relieved and terrified and excited and ready to run out of the house screaming. She wouldn't use my bathroom the rest of the week, and I started using it as little as possible without pissing off my parents, who did not want to believe. Eventually, we moved out, and I could not have been happier. I distanced myself from it mentally as much as I could. Then, when I was 18, I took another friend on a road trip to pack up a few things I left in the house. My parents hadn't managed to sell it, and wouldn't for 5 more years. The minute we got on the property, my friend seemed uncomfortable. When we came around the bend in the long, steep driveway, he went completely white. I could tell something was wrong, but he insisted he was okay, so we got to work. After a while, he asked to use the bathroom, and I directed him to mine. Not 20 seconds after he left, he came running back in, gasping for breath, and slammed the bedroom door behind him. He started babbling about a little blonde girl who isn't really a little girl. All of a sudden, he went dead still, looked me in the eye, and very solemnly said, "She's not happy with you. You left, and you weren't supposed to." We threw whatever we could grab in 2 trips in my car after I walked him to another bathroom and waited outside the door, and got out at top speed. Is that it? That's it?
I think that's it.
That...
What?
Wow.
There's a little girl in your bathroom?
There's a little girl in your bathroom. That's interesting to me, because we had a similar thing at our old house. There was like this one time when my mom was like showering in there, and she like opened the curtain because she thought there was somebody outside of it, and there was just like this man standing there.
No, there wasn't. No.
Yeah, no, I used to be afraid of my bathroom when I was little because I was like, there's something's wrong. Something ain't
There's
right.
something real wrong here.
Something ain't right in there. Yeah.
I mean, the way that they're like they've written it, it sounds like there was just a human being in their bathroom and they just didn't do anything about it. But I'm assuming it was a ghost, but also like there's just a human being sitting in your bathroom and you're just leaving them there for years.
A 7-year-old sitting in her bathroom is like, all right.
God, okay. I'll read the next one, and I'll pause if anything is interesting. I also can't read. I don't have an attention span. My voice is not pleasing to hear, so...
It's okay. You're just like Tubbo, but... Tubbo.
I'm just Tubbo. Just pretend that it's Tubbo. I look like Tubbo. I act like Tubbo. I do look like Tubbo now.
You do look like Tubbo. What do I look like? Nothing on this god screen.
I don't know what you look like with the blonde hair.
I look like Barbie when she was in her emo stage and chopped her hair off with a meat cleaver.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Alright.
Alright.
So I'm gonna read the next one. Same website, Jezebel. This one's called Photographic Memories from Annie Bananas. Thank you, Annie. I grew up in New Mexico and was always very into the outdoors, hiking, camping, rock climbing, etc. One summer when I was 19, I went on a 4-day, 3-night camping trip near my parents' house on my own. Might sound weird, but I had been to this area many times and it was quite safe. Anyway, I brought my camera and took lots of pictures. When I came back and developed my film, there were 3 extra pictures that I didn't take, of me, sleeping. 1 each night. None of my stuff was missing or stolen and nothing happened, but it freaked the hell out of me.
You know, that doesn't have to be a ghost story. Maybe there's just some really creepy man.
Yeah. That just reminded me of the picture that somehow ended up on my phone of me when we were in Nana's house. I'll put the picture here. It's like it doesn't even make sense. The angle is so weird. It's just a silhouette of me. And it's also in our grandma's bedroom, which has many scary dolls.
And
many
scary fathers.
Pictures of our fathers. It's a scary room. It also doesn't have very good lighting. It was dark. I don't know what's going on. This is the first one, the Abandoned Asylum. Me and some friends went to an abandoned mental asylum at night, not really expecting much.
Why would you not expect much? If you're going to a mental asylum at night.
That's true.
What would you... Okay, you know.
Also, it's not abandoned. We busted in one of the boarded up windows. Excuse me?
That's trespassing.
What are y'all doing? Okay. We busted in one of the boarded up windows, and when we were inside, we all heard talking. We figured other people were there, so we followed the sound. These people are idiots.
Abandoned asylum, and they're like, oh yeah, there's people. It's fine.
What? Yeah, we're walking down the hall and heard what sounded like a woman whispering, "Why did you take my baby?" over and over again. At this point, I'm visibly shaking, and we all believed we found where the sound was coming from. We go in this room, and there was a huge cage. It looked like one of those pet carriers, but human-sized. What?
I don't like it.
I don't know what happened that night. I don't really believe dead people were talking in there, but the sheer creepiness of it all was too much.
What do you believe was happening? There was just a woman in there going, "Why did you take my baby?" over and over. And a cage, a giant human cage. And you're like, I don't think it was paranormal. I don't know. Could have just been some urban explorer people, you know?
Yeah. All right, your turn.
My turn. The Watcher. Okay. Cousin and his family, wife and infant son, had lived in their house for about 5 years. His wife left home to drop the baby off at daycare before work, but realized she had left her phone at home. Like an idiot. That's how these all start. Entering the house, she turned the corner to the hallway and nearly ran to the drop-down attic ladder, which was fully extended. When they have one of those, you know something weird's about to happen.
Yeah.
They never used the attic as it was filled with loose insulation and my cousin had left for work hours earlier. She quietly left the house, drove around the corner, and called the police. When the police investigated, they found a short-range transmitter connected to several cameras hidden throughout their home. The light fixture in the shower, the ceiling fan above their bed, even a pinhole in the nursery were sending videos to a nearby location.
No.
That
is so scary. What?
Their neighbor a few houses away had been given a key by the prior owners and installed surveillance equipment once he knew their schedule. My cousin's wife walked in on him updating his equipment, but he forgot something at his house and left to get it when she walked in. He had been watching them for years.
Oh my god. Everybody pause whatever you're watching and go check that there isn't a camera in your shower head.
Go investigate your fan, please.
Please. My
I
God, what?
don't have a fan. I don't know what I just pointed at.
These are like that one is scary to me because it's not paranormal.
Yeah,
That
like,
could literally be happening to anybody right now.
yeah, like the paranormal ones are like, excuse me, are like creepy. Because it's like, ew, little demon girl crawling on my wall. But like those are the scary ones because like it's actually that happens a lot, and it's actually really like easy to find really small cameras that you can put in a person's house.
It's just like, what kind of why would you do that? Like if there was a camera in my shower head, they would just see me dancing and singing aggressively and sitting on the floor sobbing. Like, you don't want this. What are you trying to get?
The person watching my shower is like, why do you change your hair color so often? What is this?
The blind old woman. It's me. Spoiler alert, it's me. Okay. Worked at a women's clothing mail order catalog call center. What? Worked at a women's clothing mail order catalog call center. Do you understand?
Yeah. So, you know, like when you get like a clothing magazine and you like can call to like order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's what that is.
Okay. During training, a veteran worker was talking about getting to know the frequent callers and the story of one of them. So, old lady used to call in often. I like that that's her name, old lady.
Old lady.
She was blind, but would have someone help her pick out things. The manager of her apartment complex, I think. She would order often, and they got to know her by name. Well, eventually, she stopped calling in. So they contacted the number they had for her, which was the apartment manager's number. Old lady was fine, but had to be moved to a new building because, well, the old blind lady was very meticulous with her cleaning. She cleaned everything often at old lady level.
What does that mean?
What is that? Old lady level. I clean at old lady level. Okay. All right. So the manager had come in to do some maintenance for the first time in many months. Every room in her apartment, above head level, had thick webs and nests of black widow spiders. Hundreds and hundreds. Can you imagine an oblivious old lady walking around blind in a house she thinks is spotlessly clean, but there is a soul-freezing nightmare swarming all over the ceiling? That's not even scary. That's just so sad.
Well, that would be scary from the perspective of the blind woman.
Yeah.
Like, imagine, like if you were cleaning your house and you thought that you were cleaning it really well, and then you find out that there's just thousands of spiders around your house.
Oh my God. I don't know what's scarier, like not knowing about them or being able to see all those spiders everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ew.
Jesus Christ. All right. Noises behind the door. I'm the noises.
I'm the door.
Noises behind the door. This actually happened to a friend of mine. She used to live in an entirely different town when she was younger, and her closet had the strange door in the back of it. Well, whether it was imagined just due to her being a child at the time, or if it really did happen, she started to hear noises coming from behind this door whenever she went to bed. She told me that several times she tried telling her parents that she was hearing these noises, but they never believed her, because most people don't believe children that hear noises from a door in their closet for some reason. We should normalize believing kids when they say there's monsters under their bed.
We should, because there probably is.
Probably is. I'm the monster under their bed.
Yeah. So what if I'm the monster?
So some time goes by, and one day her parents get a call from the police because they just arrested a homeless man.
For what?
Okay. This homeless man was living in some sort of tunnel that goes straight to that door in the back of her closet. So every once in a while, for whatever reason, this man would come through that door and watch my friend sleep in her closet. So I know the story was scary and that prospect is terrifying, but it makes it sound like her friend was sleeping in the closet. I think her friend is a lesbian.
Her friend was a lesbian. Anyway, why did you not see the door in your closet?
Yeah.
Literally what?
Why did you never open the door is my question.
How can you not see a door in your closet? There are not just doors in your closet.
If there's a creepy door in my closet, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah. Then you can be the homeless man.
Exactly. I want to be the homeless man in my own closet. God.
Yeah.
Don't let other people be the homeless man in your closet. Be the homeless man in your own closet.
Great advice. Thank you. No, I think the real question is, why was your friend sleeping in her closet? I don't
The real
understand.
question is, how did the police find out?
That's another one.
Did they just, like, find a suspicious tunnel and just crawl in it and be like, I wonder what's down here? And then they just found this man and they were like, oh, a man.
Okay, this just doesn't, okay, if the home, okay. Is it like a walk-in closet?
Yeah, no, is it, like...
If it is, I guess that makes sense. If it isn't,
she would have
there's
seen...
no room for the homeless person and you sleeping in the closet. How did you not see the homeless person watching you sleep in your closet?
She would have seen. I think what happened here is he found a tunnel, crawled through it, and was very concerned that a little girl was sleeping in a closet. And so he wanted to watch her just to make sure. Oh, it was a little
girl.
Yeah, it was a little girl. No, it said.
Oh, okay, that makes so much more sense. I literally thought there was just some like teenage girl just sleeping in her closet, and I was like, "What is going on?" A
grown woman in her closet, you know.
Okay, the first one is called "This New Old House" by Bad Out of Hell 821. Thank you.
Thank you, Bad Out of Hell 821.
My boyfriend and I bought an old house. He's in charge of the new construction, converting the kitchen into the master bedroom, for instance, while I'm on wallpaper removal duty. The previous owner papered every wall and ceiling. Removing it is brutal, but oddly satisfying. The best feeling is getting a long peel, similar to your skin when you're peeling from a sunburn.
Do people just sit there and peel their skin off when they have a sunburn?
Like, I get scratching it, but it should not be like wallpaper.
Yeah, you don't just, there goes my arm. Like, what?
Okay, I don't know about you, but I kind of make a game of peeling, on the hunt for the longest piece before it rips. Under a corner section of paper in every room is a person's name and date. What? Okay, why'd you say that so casually?
that took a turn. It went from, I'm a sociopath who likes to peel skin off to, yeah, also whoever had this house before us might have been a murderer. I mean...
Yeah, what is going on? Curiosity got the best of me one night when I Googled one of the names and discovered the person was actually a missing person. The missing date matching the date under the wallpaper. Okay, why didn't you look this up immediately when you found the first one?
Why didn't you start this story with, I found missing persons information behind wallpaper in my new house, and not, you ever get a sunburn and just like peel it? Isn't that a nice feeling? Like, what?
Okay, the next day I made a list of all the names and dates. Sure enough, each name was for a missing person with dates to match. We notified the police, who naturally sent out the crime scene team. I overheard one text say, "Yep, it's human." Human? What's human? Ma'am, where's the material you removed from the walls already? This isn't wallpaper you were removing. No. That's why she started it like that.
I was wondering why the wallpaper was coming off like that.
Yeah, what? Oh my god, the previous owner papered every wall and ceiling.
As there's just a house full of human skin.
That's literally disgusting.
How did she not realize that? How do you not?
Yeah, what?
How do you go into a room and say, this is some nice wallpaper, and not realize that it's skin?
Skin is a very different texture than wallpaper.
Yeah, what?
That's literally so scary.
Oh my god, that was actually good. I didn't expect that.
I don't like that the police literally looked at it and said, "Yup, it's human."
Like, they were just like, yeah, that's skin, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
My turn? Yeah, it's your turn.
Story number 2. I hate it when my brother Charlie has to go away. By horror in pure form. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you.
I hate it when my brother Charlie has to go away, don't we all? My parents constantly try to explain to me how sick he is. That I am lucky for having a brain where all the chemicals flow properly to their destinations like undammed rivers. Weird flex, but okay. When I complain about how bored I am without a little brother to play with, they try to make me feel bad by pointing out that his boredom likely far surpasses mine, considering his confined to a dark room in an institution. Charlie?
Charlie, what's going on, buddy?
I always beg for them to give him one last chance. Of course, they did at first. Charlie has been back home several times, each shorter in duration than the last. Every time without fail, it all starts again. The neighborhood cats with gouged out eyes showing up in his toy chest. My dad's razors found dropped on the baby slide in the park across the street. Mom's vitamins replaced by bits of dishwasher tablets. My parents are hesitant now, using last chances sparingly. They say his disorder makes him charming, makes it easy for him to fake normalcy, and to trick the doctors who care for him into thinking he is ready for rehabilitation. That I will just have to put up with my boredom if it means staying safe from him. I hate it when Charlie has to go away. It makes me have to pretend to be good until he is back.
What? Wait, does that mean it's actually this person doing all that? Oh, what a sick monster you are. What the heck? Next story is Guardians by Dark Alligator. Thank you, Dark Alligator. He awoke to the huge insect-like creatures looming over his bed and screamed his lungs out. They hastily left the room and he stayed up all night, shaking and wondering if it had been a dream. The next morning there was a tap on the door. Gathering his courage, he opened it to see one of them gently place a plate filled with fried breakfast on the floor, then retreat to a safe distance. Bewildered, he accepted the gift.
James and the Giant Peach?
Wait, these insects are giving him plates of food?
The insects are like, have a nummy homemade Western breakfast.
Is that what's happening?
I think that's what's happening here.
Okay. The creatures chittered excitedly. This happened every day for weeks. At first he was worried they were fattening him up, but after a particularly greasy breakfast left him clutching his chest from heartburn, they were replaced with fresh fruit.
Same!
As well as cooking, they poured hot steamy baths for him and even tucked him in when he went to bed. No, they didn't. No. It was bizarre. One night, he awoke to gunshots and screaming. He raced downstairs to find a decapitated burglar being devoured by the insects. He was sickened, but disposed of the remains as best he could. He knew they had just been protecting him. One morning, the creatures wouldn't let him leave his room. He lay down, confused but trusting as they ushered him back into bed. Why are you trusting these things?
Going on?
Whatever their motives, they weren't going to hurt him. Hours later, a burning pain spread throughout his body. It felt like his stomach was filled with razor wire. The insect chittered as he spasmed and moaned. It was only when he felt a terrible feeling beneath his skin that he realized the insects hadn't been protecting him. They had been protecting their young. No.
Who wakes up in the bed and is like, oh, giant grasshoppers, cool, I'll have your food, and then just lives like that for weeks on and doesn't think anything of it? You know, isn't just like, I need to call the cops, I need to talk to somebody, what's with these bug men? No, they're just like...
Yeah, what? They tucked you into bed and made you hot baths and you went to sleep and took the baths?
I don't think that the heartburn was from the food. I think the heartburn was from the millions of tiny creatures living inside your body.
That was unsettling.
I feel unsettled.
Yeah, okay, your turn.
Seeing Red, the First Day of School by Zenri Heyo. Zenrai Heyo.
Thank you, Zenrai Heyo.
Thank you.
So sorry.
All right.
Okay.
Everyone loves the first day of school, right?
No one loves the first
Who
day of
loves
school.
the first day of school?
Like
5-year-olds. That's who.
kindergartners.
Okay. New year, new classes, new friends. Wait, why do you have new friends every year? It's kind of sus. It's a day full of potential and hope before all the dreary depressions of reality show up to ruin all the fun. Oh.
Oh.
I like the first day of school for a different reason, though. You see, I have a sort of power. Okay, Elsa. When I look at people, I can sense a sort of aura around them, a colored outline based on how long that person has to live. Most everyone I meet around my age is surrounded by a solid green hue, which means they have plenty of time left. A fair amount of them have a yellow-orangish tinge to their auras, which tends to mean a car crash or some other tragedy. Anything that takes people before their time, as they say. The real fun is when the auras venture into the red end of the spectrum, though. Every now and again, I'll see someone who's basically a walking stoplight. Those are the ones who get murdered or kill themselves. It's such a rush to see them and know their time is numbered.
What?
And
You wouldn't, go up to the people and be like, hey, watch out for a murder or depression coming your way, or be like, hey, you're gonna get in a car accident soon. No, you're just like, that's fun. Okay.
With that in mind, I always get to class very early so I can scout out my classmates' fates. The first kid who walked in was basically radiating red. I chuckled to myself. Too bad, bro. But as people kept walking, they all had the same intense glow. I finally caught a glimpse of my rose-tinted reflection in the window, but I was too stunned to move. Our professor stepped in and locked the door, his aura a sickening shade of green.
Oh, that took a turn.
Did this person go to school with all of these people previously and he just didn't notice all of their auras slowly getting redder?
Yeah.
What? What kind of all right, everything's perfectly okay.
Shouldn't they have always been red?
Yeah.
Isn't that how your power works, buddy?
Mr. Elsa man, isn't that how your power works?
We are so salty towards the authors. That's why we applaud them beforehand, okay? It's all in good fun.
We're glad you made this content for us. Now we shall rip it to shreds.
I just want to say that the image for this one says, insanity is realizing you no longer fall asleep. And that's just me. That's also you, and probably all of our viewers.
It's all of us.
Okay, this one's called They Got the Definition Wrong by Loyu. Thank you, Loyu. Okay. It has been said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. I understand the sentiment behind the saying, but it's wrong. I entered the building on a bet. I was strapped for cash and didn't buy into the old legends of the hotel to begin with, so $50 was more than enough to get me to do it. What? Okay. It was simple. Just reach the top floor, the 45th floor, shine my flashlight from a window. The hotel was old and broken, including the elevator, so that meant hiking up the stairs.
That's what hiking is.
Yeah. So up the stairs I went. As I reached each platform, I noted the old brass plaques displaying the floor numbers, 15, 16, 17, 18. I felt a little tired as I crept higher, but so far, no ghosts, no cannibals, no demons. Because that's what you always check for when you walk upstairs.
Yeah.
Piece of cake. I can't tell you how happy I was as I entered that last stretch of numbers. I joyfully counted them all out at each platform. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 44. I stopped and looked back down the stairs. I must have miscounted, so I continued up. 44, one more flight, 44, and then down 10 flights, 44, 15 flights, 44. And so it's been for as long as I can remember. So really, insanity isn't doing something repeatedly and expecting different results. It's knowing that the results will never ever change, that each door leads to the same staircase, to the same number. It's realizing you no longer fall asleep. It's not knowing whether you've been running for 6 days or weeks or years. It's when the sobbing slowly turns into laughter.
Okay.
I think I'm going insane.
I was gonna say, I think I've been running up and down the stairs on the same floor for the past 4 years.
44. Well, my peanut butter jelly sandwich is ready, so I'm going to wrap up the video here. If you enjoyed it for whatever reason, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Don't delete your view. If you made it this far, put an orange heart in the comments.
Thank you.
We're gonna put bloopers on Jess Stride's channel, and there will also hopefully be a podcast version of this if that would interest you. So
Maybe something of this will get posted on TikTok.
Maybe. I don't have TikTok, but she does. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a great day without anything that we just talked about. Okay. Bye bye. You have to end the recording.